Can I really walk with God while I'm young, surrounded by all the temptations of our world? Many of us heard Daniel's story in Sunday school, but today, let's look at him with fresh eyes, not as a distant hero, but as a young man like us. Daniel was about 17 when Jerusalem was besieged by King Nebuchadnezzar. He was taken to Babylon, far from home, culture, and family. The empire tried to reshape him. New language, new education, even a new name, Belteshazzar, to tie him to Babylon's gods. They wanted him to forget who he was and whose he was. But Daniel made one decisive choice. Scripture says he purposed in his heart not to defile himself. He called things by their true names. Purity is purity. Sin is sin. Compromise is not being flexible, and darkness is not another shade of light. Daniel set a clear line before God and kept it. He lived with God in every season. In the palace, surrounded by comfort, wealth, and honor, he stayed humble and faithful. And in hardship, when accusations rose and threats closed in, he remained steadfast. Neither the glitter of Babylon nor the pain of persecution could pull him away from the Lord. Babylon was the superpower of its day, famous for its hanging gardens and unmatched splendor. Yet, within that brilliance, Daniel's heart shone brighter because it belonged to God. He served with excellence, and God gave him knowledge and understanding. The king promoted him to high rank, yet Daniel never let position replace devotion. Daniel's friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, faced the fiery furnace and were preserved by God. Daniel himself faced the lion's den under a new king. 2 different trials, one faithful God. Whether at the top of the kingdom or at the mouth of death, they clung to the Lord. That is the secret. A heart anchored in God does not drift with changing tides. Some people say life crushes us between 2 millstones, desire and need. On one side, the promises of pleasure, luxury, and applause. On the other, hunger, pressure, and fear. Many are ground down in between, wanting what they cannot have, chasing what does not satisfy, or giving up under the weight of hardship. Daniel was not crushed. Desire did not seduce him, and need did not break him. Why? Because his life was not balanced between 2 stones, it was built on the rock. Here is the freedom every youth longs for. The world shouts, "Break the rules and you'll be free." But that is a trap. When we choose sin, we don't break chains, we forge them. True freedom is to belong to God, to walk in the light with a clean heart. Holiness is not a halo or a glow on the face. Holiness means living right, not living wrong, calling truth, truth, and falsehood, falsehood, refusing to rename darkness so it sounds polite. Daniel teaches us that a pure heart sees clearly. God entrusted him with wisdom, insight, and understanding because his inner life was clean. When the heart is divided, vision grows dim. When the heart is whole, the path becomes bright. So how do we live this way while we are young? First, make a decision in your heart. Like Daniel, set your line before God, not out of pride, but out of love. Say, "Lord, I want to be yours in private and in public." Second, call things by their names. Don't polish sin with nicer words. Lust is not being open-minded. Cheating is not being smart. Bitterness is not being honest. The truth will set you free. Third, keep your daily life with God. Pray, read scripture, be faithful in the church's life and sacraments. Keep good friends who stand when the crowd bows. Fourth, stay the same in comfort and in crisis. When you succeed, give thanks and stay humble. When you suffer, hold fast and keep trusting. God is faithful on the mountain and in the valley. Finally, remember your name. Daniel's given name means God is my judge. God is the one who sees, guides, and decides. Babylon tried to rename him, but it could not redefine him. Let no trend, no screen, and no voice rename you. You belong to the Lord. Can we walk with God while we are young? Daniel says yes, not because we are strong, but because God is. Not because life is easy, but because God is near. Choose holiness, choose truth, choose the Lord today. And you will discover wisdom, courage, and a freedom deeper than anything this world can offer.